Hello there lads! It's been 5 years since I played slender, including others as well. In this special video, I'm gonna talk about my 5-year experience of the old times in slender. Let's jump into it. 2016, the beginning. In the middle of this year, around July, I started on the Wobber server because I watched some videos about this mode from the most famous YouTuber. At the time, I learned the sprint button and most of the ways of the maps. If I'm not wrong, I probably played even earlier, around 2014, if I'm not wrong. At the time, I forget to use the sprint and even not remembering the map at all. But I'm pretty sure the first map is Sanatorium, if I'm not wrong. So yes. The first escape, however, has happened on Man Manor. If I'm not wrong, I also had only one friend at the time, which he also showed the whole community of the official Slender Fortress. Not entirely, but kinda. In 6th of November, the first day in the Glob server on Gutters, but in Halloween version, and discovering their maps, bosses, and their YouTubers as well. 2017, the other players and the community. In February, when I watched the Slender Fortress videos, I found my most favorite character, and it's also my chosen name as well, as known, the Bunnyman. In the first day of April, the April Fool bosses are born, with Cycler, Big Smoke, and Golden Skeleton. In July, however, I started to get some friends, and sometimes I have been added to others as well. Any updates? Yes. Proxy update, new maps and new bosses as well. In October, however, I created my first YouTube channel and using the Bandicam as well. At the time, I haven't got editor, which means sucks and paying for the donator rank in the server. In 9th of December, my best friend, me and my oldest friend are actually got in this video from Sirius Martin, but mostly Mr. Pie.
Oh.
At the time, the festive bosses and festive maps were also increased and paying for the supporter rank as well. 2018, troubles and fun. In January, I received my first gag for spamming in the chat, at least 3 days. In February, however, I received my first mute for me spamming on my microphone, at least 20 days. In the end of February, however, I received 60,000 minutes gag for arguing in the server. Before I leave the server, I played something bad on my microphone. In March, when I returned, I received my first permanent punishment on my microphone, do what I mentioned right now. In the first day of April, I received my second permanent punishment on my chat for being toxic, and then I had to plan on my first mute appeal. At the time, another 3 April Fool bosses were added, with one map as well. In the middle of this month, I started to making my first appeal, but sadly it has been rejected. Later I tried another one and finally got accepted. In the early days of May, Sirius Martin is played on the Glob server. Sadly he not used his camera, but I recorded the whole time. After this happened, my permanent gag has been removed. Later I appealed for my microphone and it's been accepted. In 2017 to 2018, around June, my PC is pretty weak, slow, but most annoying, and sometimes I kicked into it with my foot. And finally, I got a new PC with such a new motherboard as well, due to my success of finishing the primary school. In 3rd of July, I said the most disgusting sentence on the most famous YouTuber. When he left the server, I said that, and then I got reported to the admins immediately. And the next day, I received my second permanent punishment, which is the permanent silence. 3 days later, I started using my first alt account with microphone and chat, but with a lot of friendly people, including the friendly admins as well. But how much longer? We never know. In August, however, the latest admin who muted me in the past is forgot to show me when I played in the same server. In the last day of summer, I played with the same admin and he checked my alt account, but only the names. And then he found my latest names. After that, he called out for awarding the punishments and permanently silenced me again. And then I quit. In October, 2 new map added, and new players were also joined too. Candy systems were also added at the time for forcing special rounds and others as well. Although I pretty much enjoyed October to December by recording a lot. 2019, the worst year. In January to April, I used another alt account from my cousin. Thankfully I had a permission to use and having fun with the new players, including the friendliest people. But the latest admin are probably shouting me like the last time, so I completely disconnected before he joined. Whew. In April, however, 3 new April full bosses added and having fun as well. In 28th of April, I played with my original account on the server. My team and me all lost to the boss friend round, and I lost in my mind. So I changed my name into a bad one, and later I received a 3-day ban. In the next day, however, I played on my alt account with my friends. 2 admin joined, and one of them started to share in my alt account, but not the names. He checked my IP and analyzed with my original EP. After that, I received my worst punishment, as known is the permanent ban, with my original account as well. At the same day though, I created my second YouTube channel, which is my main YouTube channel after all. 1 day later, I created another alt account, which is my third alt account. But sadly, it didn't take too long, because 2 days later, one of the admin is used the same idea like the latest admin did, and then I got banned again. After that happened, I gave up the alt account plan and not playing on the server. In 4th of October, I appealed against my ban with my original reasons, and later it has been accepted, and my ban has been changed to half year. In the rest of the year, however, the friendless admins from the server is also their job, do laziness, argue, and retiring. The friendless people will also leave the server. It can be the community, it's not good, or finding a new favorite game, including half of the YouTubers. One map added and Swamp has been updated, and adding types of Shrek bosses, which is pretty interesting. In summer, however, I deleted my original YouTube channel and improving the videos and continuing on my main YouTube channel. 2020, the comeback and the funniest adventures. In 7th of April, my ban has been finished and playing on the server. Although, 2 new map added for the April Fool bosses and 3 new April Fool bosses. In the whole month, however, I got some new friends and recording the bosses with the new maps as well. After the April Fool, I discovered another Cineforge server known as the Disc FF and try out the discontinued Halloween maps, different bosses, and others. Talking about shocking moments, one of the former admin from the server, which is one of the friendliest, is just silenced for 15 minutes and then he ended up his playing on the server. The other one is happened on Disc FF when one of the admin actually being retarded with me and being like an idiot. In June, however, I just playing on Disc FF and playing with the strange people, but mostly having fun with it. In July, however, the official Center for Chess server is started to bleeding on the members, but mostly having a boring times, and then I paused until August. At the whole month, however, I played on Disc FF and catching the good moments. At the end of August to October, me and my friends are played a lot, resulting a lot of good clips. When October started, the Halloween is soon returned with 2 new Halloween map and 1 new Halloween boss, and enjoying the whole month and getting a lot of clips, which is pretty fun. In December, however, 1 festive map added and enjoying the winter days, and of course boss rounds as well. 2021, the fall. In January to March, I paused because I had some troubles in the servers, including the admins. After my pause, I returned at the end of March and playing with my friends. In April, this April Fool is far the most strongest one, with 2 new map and 6 new April Fool bosses. And having fun with the boss rounds and recording a lot. After the April Fool, EU1 server has been nerfed, as known as the classless update, which means no more clock, healing, and the HP has been balanced. Thankfully, the other servers are not nerfed yet. In June, however, when Valve released the next update around the 20th day, that update is completely ripped off the other servers from Glob. But EU1 has been saved, and IRTD were also removed. In 11th of July, I played on Swamp with boss roulette round and then died, because the bosses are not nerfed yet, and then I rage quitted. By my rage quit, however, one of the admin and the people or so that happened, after that happened, I retired and not playing until October. In 2nd of October, before I tried to return on the server, I asked one of my friend for asking one of the admin about my behavior. He got his answers, and the answer is game over. After my ban happened, the EU1 has 75% of bad people and trolling all the day, making the truly bad continuation of the server. In conclusion, however, I really loved the friendliest people, funniest people, but most my favorite moments. In shorter version of 2019 to 2021, the 4 out of friendliest people, servers, but mostly myself. But the good question, how much I longer on Disc FF or finding another Xenofortress community? Well, this will decide my continue in Xenofortress. And that's all of my 5-year experience in Xenofortress.